Hello, today we are going to have a lessons in local content requirement. Let's take a look at the definitions of local content requirement. Okay, the definitions of local content requirement is a trade policies imposed on a country to ensure that only domestically manufactured goods or domestically supplied services are used. Okay, so suppose that if we do not produce any good X, okay, we just import from another country, okay, from country X for examples. Okay, so sorry, for example, we import good X from a country A, and then we do not produce any good X in our country. We just rely on our imports only. And then when the government imposes a local content requirement, it means that the country A must set up their plant in our country and produce in our countries. Okay, produce goods X in our country. So it means that they have to use local workers to produce the goods. Okay, the resources, all of the resources they are going to use in our countries only. Okay, so that is actually local content requirement. So now let's take a look at the curve for local content requirement. Okay, this is our demand curve and it is denoted by D. And then if we import before that, okay, before we impose a local content requirement, it means that we import goods X from another country. Suppose that country B exports to us, okay, so export good X to us, then okay, the world price is equal to 20. So this is actually the supply curve. Okay, so the supply curve after we import goods X from country B, so it means that the world price is equal to 20 and then quantity demanded is equal to 60. Okay, so when the world price is equal to 20, so the quantity demanded is equal to 60. So it means that we import 60 units of good X from country B, and then we sell a unit of good X in our country for 20 ringgit. Okay, so now if we say that the government imposes a local content requirement, it means that country B needs to establish its factory, okay, and then or firms or plant in our country to produce goods X. So it means that we are not going to import good X from country B, but country B needs to establish its factory to produce goods X in our country. Okay, so of course the price is going to increase. So assume that our cost of production is higher than the cost of production in country B. So the price will increase. The price will increase from 20. It will increase to 30. Okay, so the price will increase because of what? Because the cost of production in our country is higher than the cost of production in country B. So that's why the price will increase from 20 to 30. So you can see that quantity demanded drops from 60 to 30. Okay, so from this curve what we can learn is actually we can learn the revenue. Okay, the total revenue before the country is imposed, before the country impose a local content requirement, is actually equal to total revenues. This is actually the blue area is actually our total revenue, 60 times 20, so you will get 1,200. Okay, before we impose the local content requirements, okay, the country B can earn a total revenue of 1,200. Okay, so now if we after the government imposes the local content requirement and the price increases from 20 to 30, okay, so the price will increase from 20 to 30 and then quantity demanded drops from 60 to 30. So you can see that our total revenue is not this area anymore, so it will drop to this area. Okay, it will become this area. Okay, so how much is this area? So 30, you can see that 30 times 30, of course it will be equal to 900. Okay, so after the government imposes the local content requirements, okay, our new total new total revenue is equal to 900. So it means that country B total revenues for selling good eggs in our country, it will drop from 1,200 to 900 only. Okay, so if you want to look at the drop in reduction in consumer surplus. Okay, so a reduction in consumer surplus is actually the green area. Okay, so the green area is actually a reduction in consumer surplus. Okay, before this, our consumer surplus is equal to this size. Okay, so this is actually our consumer surplus before local content requirement. Okay, after local content requirement is imposed, so you can see that our consumer surplus is only this size. So it means that our this is actually the green area is actually a reduction in consumer surplus. Okay, so and then deadweight loss is equal to, how much is deadweight loss? Deadweight loss is equal to 150. How to get deadweight loss? This the red area is actually our deadweight loss. Okay, to calculate the deadweight loss, 1/2 times 30 times 10. Okay, 60 minus 30, so you will get 30 here. And then 30 minus 20, you will get 10 here. Then you will get 150. So deadweight loss is equal to 150. So the red area is actually the deadweight loss. The green area is actually the reduction in consumer surplus. Okay. And then that's all for our lesson today. So now we are going to move to the question. Okay. So given the demand function for good eggs in country A is as follows. QD is equal to 100 minus P. Okay, question A, suppose that the country imports good eggs and the world price of good eggs is RM50. How much the revenue earned by the exporting country? And then question B, the government imposes a local content requirement and the price rises to RM70 ringgit. Calculate the revenue after the policy. And the question C, calculate the consumer surplus before and after the policy. And then question D, calculate the consumption effects. Okay, and then in the following video we are going to discuss the answer. Okay, thank you.